Semuanya, saya sedang berada di salah satu lokasi yang keren banget di Alam Sutra. Inilah project yang betul-betul luxury and high-end and very luxurious place. Saat ini saya tidak sendirian, saya bersama Mr. Bill Cheng. Dia adalah owner dari Wingtai Properti dan banyak propertinya yang di luar Indonesia dan project pertamanya di Indonesia. So, dalam kesempatan hari ini saya akan bertanya dengan beliau langsung tentang bagaimana tips untuk invest di properti. So how are you, Bill?
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
So nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Very good afternoon. So I have a question. Why is property good for investment now?
Well, if you look at Jakarta, Indonesia, Jakarta
Yes.
As a country and compare it to Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan, actually property prices in Jakarta is still very low. So for example, in Singapore, a high-end luxury apartment per square meter will cost about 350 juta.
350 juta.
Per square meter. In Jakarta, the same equivalent, the same class would be about 70 juta. So you can see that Singapore is actually 5 times the price of Indonesia. But there's no reason why, because if you look at Jakarta and the potential of Jakarta as a market and how big it is compared to Singapore, and the future of Indonesia, the future growth potential of Indonesia, you can see that there is still a lot of room for growth. So I think that in Indonesia, property is relatively cheap compared to its peers around Asia, and I think that there's a lot of room for growth. The second thing I want to say is that I think for the first time, Indonesia has gone through a downturn in the property market. Jakarta has been, the last 4 years, property sales has been very slow. And this has not happened ever. But this is really the sign of Jakarta maturing as a market. But with a mature market, there will always be cycles. So we've just gone through a down cycle. Everyone is looking forward to an up cycle. The market cannot be down forever. It's been 4 to 5 years. And I think that after the elections, most property players, developers, analysts, the agents, they all feel that it is really the time now that the property market turns around. So I think it's also a very good time to get into the market because we're right at the bottom of the market.
Okay, so it's a good investment now.
Yes, that's right.
It's picking up the market.
That's right.
Okay, good. So many people are confusing how you differentiate between buying a mid-end property and a high-end property. So can you tell me about how you can differentiate between buying a mid-end and high-end property?
Well, of course, a high-end property, you have a nicer product, but it would also cost more. So I think if you ask me as a investment, what is the difference? Then I would have to say, look at the supply and demand. In a particular location, what is the demand for mid-end? What is the demand for high-end? What is the supply for mid-end? What is the supply for high-end? So for example, when I look at Serpong, Tangerang, where we are located, Alam Sutra, I think that the supply for mid-end apartments is actually very high. There are thousands of units, and some of the estimates put by the property consultants, almost 14,000 units of mid-end apartments coming out. So the question I have is whether that can be absorbed by the demand. Then at the same time, what is the number of high-end projects in a particular location? So I think for us, the Lana, we pitch ourselves, we position ourselves as a high-end project, and I think that the benefit for us is that there's very few high-end projects in this area. So the competition for us is also very low. That's one thing I have to say. Be very careful about the supply and demand situation for a particular segment of apartments. The second thing is also, I personally feel that you pay a little bit more for a better quality, higher end apartment. It generally retains value better than a mid-end apartment.
Right.
It's like buying a German car versus a Japanese car.
Right,
After 10 years, 15 years, what is the condition of the car? I would say that the German car would always be in a better condition in terms of maintenance, in terms of just the overall condition of the car. And so when you resell it, you would always retain better value. Right. So I use an example of some mid-end apartments in Alam Sutera. It's about 15 years old. It was maybe launched selling price of maybe 15 juta per square meter. Today is also 15 juta per square meter. Still the same price. Why? Because when you go there, it really looks run down. It's things are breaking apart. I'm not trying to say bad things about other apartments, but it's actually the truth. Whereas I used to rent in Four Seasons. It's Four Seasons apartment. It's in Setia Budi. I remember back in 2004, the price there was about 2 billion per apartment. Today the price is 11 billion.
Wow.
So that's 5 times.
5 times, yes.
And it's about the same age, 15, 20 years old. So you can really see when the maintenance of a apartment is good, the quality of an apartment is good, it retains value, and not only retains value, but it grows in value. So today when I go to the Four Seasons, even though it's 20 years old, it looks brand new. And that's because the developer puts a lot of emphasis on quality of the construction.
Correct.
Yeah.
So be really careful about before you buy a property, right?
That's right.
Because some property just run down, and some property just increase their value, even 5 times.
That's right.
The same age, 25 years,
that's right.
15 years, right?
That's right.
So really,
I mean, that's a perfect example. Where one has grown 5 times in value, and the other one has stayed the same.
Right. Okay. This is very important tips. Right? So one last question, Mr. Bill. Tell me about your project, a little bit about your project, and how is your project doing now?
Well, this is our first project. My company Wing Tai from Singapore has developed many properties over the years, over 100 properties.
Wow.
The Lana in Alam Sutera is our first property in Indonesia. As a developer, we have very simple principle, very simple values. We just want to build the best home for our buyers, for our residents. How do you define what is best? To us, it's very simple. Every important aspect of the apartment has to be the best. For us, we believe Alam Sutera is one of the best locations. It is close to Jakarta. It also captures the market of Tangerang. It's only 15 minutes from Puri Indah, 7 kilometers. And in the future, the Johor 2 toll road is going to be built, connecting Alam Sutera to the airport in 15 minutes. So a very, very strategic location. Alam Sutera is green, is clean, is well managed. So I think that the living environment is also very, very special compared to a lot of the other locations around Jakarta. So one, the location is good. Two, we put a lot of emphasis on design and construction quality. So Wing Tai has a reputation of building very interesting design buildings. We hire the best architects who can come up with an iconic as well as functional design. So we put a lot of thought into making sure that the apartment is functional. We have no west-facing units. Every unit has unblocked views. Our units are very functional, very well laid out, very efficient. The architect is just one example of a consultant, a world-class consultant that we invest in. All our other consultants are the top in their field, and this team would put together the best, well-designed apartment. Our contractor, China Construction, CSC, is also the top contractor in the world. So they would also build our building to the quality, to the high quality that we expect. So one, location is good. Two, design and build quality is good. Three, the number of facilities that we have also far exceeds any other project in this area. We have 3 swimming pools. We have over 2,000 square meters of interior amenities space for our residents to use. gyms, library, lounges, meeting rooms, you name it.
Yes.
Third is our specifications. So I think that we have great specifications. Those specifications is very suitable for a high-end and luxury project. We use imported Italian Carrara marble. I think that we're the only apartment that uses that in Tangerang. We have total kitchen sets. Our appliances are European branded. So really, we invest in all of this to offer our buyers more in terms of quality, quality of construction, quality of our specification, quality of our appliances. Finally, I have to say that our value is also good. So we offer all of this, but we try to we match our competitors, so we don't mark up our prices. And in this way, buyers are getting more for what they pay. So in summary, what makes our property, in my view, the best is location, the quality of our consultants, the design, the construction quality, our facilities, our specifications, and the value of our property.
Wow, excellent, Mr. Bill. This is really, really great, and I'm just listening to you, and I feel really the best. Well, as a buyer, if I'm imagining I'm a buyer, this is really I'm having the best thing.
So I think that for we always invite our agents, our sellers. Just invite your buyer, your prospective buyer, to come down to our sales gallery because they can see for themselves the quality of our project. So
good. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Mr. Bill.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
So para penonton YouTube saya, this is really the best. Saya dengerin aja benar-benar terbawa banget, seneng banget, dan Anda bisa lihat sendiri. Datang saja ke Delana Apartment di Alam Sutra. See you.